Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Atlanta Falcons and the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Dak going to start out going to the air. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Play action now. Prescott. Going for the deep ball. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Watson off play action. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Calais Campbell in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. And he can't escape, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have it here at their own 15. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They run it again with Chubb. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Browns at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
36 yards on the play. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Falcons are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The end result, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 35 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Calais Campbell able to record his 5th sack of the season. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Micah Parsons providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at about the 14. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
And it will be Falcon football.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Off the play fake, Prescott. This one into the hands of Pitts. Touchdown, Falcons. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Coup for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Browns 0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Their dreams of an undefeated season shattered with the loss a week ago. Now, look, whenever an undefeated team goes down, you always hear some say, well, they needed that. I don't know, Charles. Is that a narrative that you buy into?
Well, I haven't met a coach yet that feels like they needed that loss. You know, that's not something that they're in favor of. But I do know this. People like us, our colleagues, all of us in the media, constantly hammering a team that's undefeated. Hey, do you think you can do it the whole season? Can you carry it the whole way? That does wear down a group. And sometimes that loss, get us off your back, you can move forward from there.
From the 27, Watson.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards the pickup there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the 1st half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson.
Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
2nd and 9.
Watson looks to throw again. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson.
Oh, looking for Waller, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 41.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Following the interception, here's Prescott.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Final play of the half, Prescott. He's going to let it go again. And now another one thrown incomplete. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Watson.
Oh, and this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something? Because we're into the 3rd quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Jaron Kearse in on the tackle.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run with Chubb. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
Chubb again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
On 4th down, Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
On play action, Prescott.
Open man is Duvernay.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. Taken down at the 42.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get it.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. Touchdown, Falcons! 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 21-7.
Round 7. Young Wei Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and the Falcons grab it. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
I certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Prescott off play action.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33.
I'm starting to wonder, Charlie, 5 interceptions. Is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On second down, it's Pollard. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Going to run again here with Pollard. And some room to work. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Watson to throw.
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
And that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack. Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. Here's Watson.
Under pressure, they got him again. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And you've got to say, CD, it was the